Life 101ers, welcome back to my channel. I am live from my home, recording from my brand new camera. It makes me really excited that I can really take my channel to the next level by focusing on ways to improve my video quality. So now that I have a new camera, I feel so much more confident. Before I was using my computer and I was also using my phone at different points in time, and it just turned out to be a headache using that format because the quality isn't always great and then the sound. So after a little over a year of, actually almost a year and a half, yikes, of Self-Love Life 101, I finally have a new camera. So the topic of today's video, and welcome to my home, the topic of today's video is self-reinvention. In this video, I'm going to talk about why I am always practicing different modes of self-reinvention and the ways that I really think about how the human mind changes over time as we get older, how our lives continue to change if we choose to become parents, the people that we choose to partner with, etc. So, outlined in this video will be, first and foremost, what is self-reinvention? Secondly, why is self-reinvention necessary for our lives? And lastly, how to incorporate steps to your own self-reinvention today. I'm really excited to share these tips with you because I have seen the ways that it has directly transformed my life and also the lives of my clients that I work with in my Self-Love 101 sessions. Join me. What is self-reinvention? Self-reinvention is the ability to shed the old parts of ourselves that we actually need to kill. And I'm using the word kill because it's that serious. As we continue to grow older and as we continue to evolve, we have to literally kill parts of ourselves that no longer serve us. Parts of ourselves that hold on to negative habits, negative routines, toxic routines, dysfunctional routines. We have to let go of all of those things in order to be able to reinvent ourselves. I'll give you an example. For a very long time, I had this really bad habit, and this habit actually started from childhood. I used to suck my finger. A lot of people don't know this about me, that I had this really bad habit, and I carried this into adulthood, this sucking of my finger, and it was a soothing mechanism for me. It was a way for me to relax myself whenever I felt stressed out, whenever I felt overwhelmed, etc. And finally, when I was about 26, I broke that habit. And I did it in a very extreme way. I broke that habit by getting braces. And with braces, the sensation of sucking my finger did not feel the same. So it was a twofer, right? I was able to straighten out my two front teeth, which were crooked because of braces. And I was able to stop this really long habit that I had had for 26 years. Now, if I kept holding on to, well, it soothes me, I'm not harming anybody, I would have kept doing that. So self-reinvention requires us to really keep it real with ourselves. What do we have to kill? Right? What parts of us do we have to kill? The toxic habits, the things that are not making us better, the people that are not making us better that we still hold on to because they're family, because they've been my friend forever. So what? Let them go. So why self-reinvention? Because the very nature of human life requires ups and downs, highs and lows. Every human being is experiencing and encountering some kind of high and some kind of low on a daily basis. So what that means is how we navigate the world, or how we even choose to navigate the world, depends on our own ability to be able to deal with the highs and lows, and that requires a level of self-reinvention. Because if every time something happens in our lives that's not positive or that's not amazing, if we just go into a cave and cry instead of dealing with it head on, which goes back to my old post a few months ago, right? What do we do with fear? We can face everything and rise, right? We can really do that. And so when we think of it from that level, then we know that in order to constantly elevate, we have to constantly reinvent. We have to constantly shed those layers that continuously hold us. So to wrap it up for you guys today, I want to say a few things. Here's how you can incorporate self-reinvention into your life right now. I want you guys to just focus on one thing, just one thing in your life that you want to change. It can be as simple as you want to have more compassion when people tell you something you don't understand. You can say, okay, I'm going to try to respond with compassion to the things that I don't understand or to the things that are outside of my control. It could be something more extreme like, I want to get my body back. I want to take me back, right? And for those of you who are following me on Instagram, I have a Take You Back campaign that I'm working on right now where I really want folks to just look at themselves and love on themselves. And this is Women's History Month, and so especially for my women out there and especially for my sisters out there, to really find something that you love about yourselves. But it can be anything. It goes to just choosing one thing, right? Let's just choose one thing that we want to focus on. And as we focus on one thing per month or one thing per week, whatever works for you, I try to focus on one thing every week that I really want to change. It allows us to come into this space of life that is filled with creativity and understanding and compassion and empathy. And it doesn't mean that you don't struggle. You will still struggle. We will always struggle. We will always suffer. But our reactions to the suffering and the struggle is what allows us to live a life that is more fulfilling, more filled with happiness, right? Because once we understand that our happiness isn't determined by outsiders, but it's determined by within, then we can just live a much more full life. Follow me on Instagram, Self Love Life 101, Facebook, Self Love Life 101, here on YouTube, Crystal Bell PhD. Spread the word. And also you can check out my website, selflovelife101.wix.com, where I have services. I have coaching services, life coaching, one-on-one chats, and I have new packages to help you live your best life. Those new packages also include fitness tips and my strategies work. I have testimonials from folks who can attest to that. Live your best life, reinvent yourself, and I'm out until the next time. I hope this video was much better quality than my previous videos. See you soon.